We're now learning more about the victims in the attack on a restaurant in Dhaka, Bangladesh yesterday. The State Department is confirming one U.S. citizen was killed in the attack. 3 students attending American University are also among those killed. The Dhaka attack is just the latest in a series of terror attacks around the world, including 4 major attacks in Turkish cities just this year alone. After the attack in Paris, monuments around the world were lit up in red, white, and blue, the colors of the French flag in solidarity. After Brussels, the same type of support from countries all over the globe. But a similar outpouring is yet to come in the wake of the Istanbul airport attack. So, why do attacks in the Western world seem to get more sympathy and attention? Joining me to talk about it, Daily Beast columnist and host of SiriusXM's The Dean Obeidallah Show. Dean Obeidallah, always good to have you with us.
Thanks.
So I'm going to pose that question to you. Why do you think the attacks in the West get more global sympathy, if you will? We see world leaders from around the world go and march in rallies in solidarity, but we didn't see that for Turkey, not yet, at least for Bangladesh.
I think the cynical reason, I'm going to be blunt, is that for many, when Muslims are killed, it does not matter as much. When Muslims are the terrorist, the perpetrator, that gets coverage, that gets ratings. You know, the media is built on a business model. That's what it is. We have to be honest about it. So when you see Muslims, like in Turkey, 43 people killed, the bulk of them were Muslim, according to the press reports, maybe 30 or 32. It doesn't get the, we don't know why it doesn't get the coverage. I mean, the bottom line is, I'm speculating. I just know it's painful for our community that it does not get the coverage. It hurts. It makes it seem like Muslim lives don't matter that much. And it's a very painful place to be when we're in this together against terrorists. We're the #1 victim of terrorists, yet when they kill us, it doesn't get the coverage. But when terrorists kill people in the West, that gets inordinate amounts of coverage.
Well, the coverage is certainly in the country is different than the attacks abroad. I mean, there's no doubt that a Turkish media is covering that attack just the same way American media is going to be covering the attacks here domestically. But I'm curious to get your thoughts about the argument that is sometimes made that in a country like Turkey that has had a spate of terrorist attacks, this is tragically a part of the reality of living in Turkey. As we mentioned, there have been at least a dozen terrorist attacks over the past year, whereas in Paris or in Brussels, it is completely out of the norm. In the same way that, for example, foreign media doesn't necessarily cover mass shootings in the country every same way. It's kind of our normal that we have mass shootings here in a tragically frequent way.
Right, but when you look at Brussels, 31 people died. Right? You look at Istanbul, 43 people died. Same type of attack in an airport, explosions, a huge spectacle. After Brussels, numerous American media networks sent anchors to anchor from the streets of Brussels. Talk to the people of Belgium. Are you worried about what's your fears? Find out about the victims, their lives, humanize them. When we had Turkey, that didn't happen. You know, why it's not happening is a bigger question. Is there an empathy gap? Are there executives in the media that do not think that Muslim lives matter because the American media or American watchers, consumers will not watch it? We don't know the answer to that. I'm trying to raise awareness. That's why I wrote the article for Huffington Post, to make people aware of that it's objectively different. This is not subjective, it's objectively different.
This is a conversation we can have for hours. I know that we're always talking about it, but Dean Obeidallah, thank you very much for your time. Unfortunately, we're out of time. That does it for me this hour. I'm